We did it. Okay, perfect. Hello, hello, hello. Hi, Amazon. Good morning. Okay, beautiful. We're all here. Just a quick announcement. I am going to be doing a 11 a.m. session starting on Friday. For those that, if it's too early for the 7 a.m. one, especially for like everyone that's in Europe and the West Coast. A lot of y'all have reached out to me and asked for there to be a second session, so I'm going to do that. I'm only going to record this first session though. Um, and the talk will probably be longer in the first session anyway, simply just because it's a pattern that we're all familiar with, but you'll still be able to get the same guided meditation and EFT for the second session, um, if you so choose. Okay? I have figured it out, so it's good. Hi, Bentley. I love that you got lost in a book. Like, yes, that's. Ugh. Isn't that like the best feeling when you like look up and you realize like, oh wow, I've been in this book for such a long time, but it was so healing. I don't know. I love moments like that. Yes. Thank you guys for sending some healing energy to Goddess Mo. I'll be back at work tomorrow, so I won't be able to attend the session. Okay, Priscilla. Well, again, these are going to be recorded. Okay, don't forget that. It is important to join the email list. It's the link in my teacher's profile. I'm updating that link too to provide more resources, and hopefully that link will be available by the end of this week. That is the plan, because I hear a lot of what everyone has been saying, and that's been either really hard to find the link, or because the emails go out once a week, you're kind of missing out on something. So I'm working with this company to create a more interactive link that'll provide you guys with whatever you need once you get to it. So that's the intention, that's the goal. Um, that should be together before the end of this week. Okay, I'm always figuring out how I can streamline things to make it easier for y'all to have access to the stuff that you want. Okay, thank you. I'm a teacher and I have 1 week left until summer break, and I can do it anytime. Priscilla, you already know I'm sending you the vibrations. I will actually be in New York City on June 3rd, I think, of June 4th. I can't remember. But I'm going in to help the kids meditate before testing, which I'm very excited to do. My girlfriend is also a teacher in New York City, so yeah, she asked me to come in and help them so that they can feel prepared for uh, their testing, because that is a very stressful experience, and I've been there. So it's nice to be able to help them do that. Yes, I love this. A school psychologist, that's very cool, Amy. Yeah, I'm doing what I can to help out. It's usually it's nothing. I really love being around kids. They're a lot of fun. Okay, let me pull up the notes for today so that we can get to it. Let's remember that today is day 9 of our incredible journey together. Cannot believe we're already a week and some change into it. Like, again, you guys know. Hi, Con. How are you? You guys know that I have often spoken about how it has been really, it was difficult to get to a space where I could even do this practice. Like at one point, I could do this every quarter, knock it out, really feel aligned and ready for the new season ahead. And then after a while, it became very difficult. So being able to get to day 9 is a big deal for me personally, because as I'm doing the practice with y'all, I am too still doing the practice. So this is like big, like it's something to celebrate personally. Plus, it's one of my favorite days because we're talking about money, and I have understood. Here we go. Oh my gosh, y'all, this is so funny. I'm like literally finding out new ways to adjust. I don't know what this girl was doing. I really thought she was over here painting. Anyway, um, yeah, to get to day 9, because we're talking about money magnet energy, which I absolutely love because I think it's so important. Okay, and here is what she speaks about for day 9. Let me pull it up really quickly. Here we go. Oh, and I got this really cute cup. My sister got it for me. It's a little flower. I literally was just like, oh my gosh, like it's a little tulip. So I have my tea in here today. And this is hormone balancing tea. So it's red raspberry, roses, hibiscus, red clover. But yeah, I'm always into balancing these hormones because I want them to work for me, not against me. Okay, and I'm having that in this cute little cup, so that's what I'm sipping on today. It was just such a nice gift. Okay. So today she talks about like the importance of not complaining when it comes to money, and instead of complaining, taking out the complaints and putting in gratitude, right? So she does this by transforming bills into blessings, right? So essentially, any bill that you have, be it a phone bill, maybe it's your rent or your mortgage, things like that, instead of looking at them as burdens, which many of us do, right? When it's time for us to pay a bill, we're just like, oh, another month where they're taking money out of my account to go to this thing, and now I have to like, rebudget, or I don't necessarily know what to do. She speaks about the fact that these aren't burdens, right? But we make them burdens, and then it becomes even more challenging for us to be able to pay them and pay them on time and pay them in full, simply because of the way that we perceive them, right? Again, there's that ongoing theme of perception and how we're able to change our perspective on the things that we're experiencing to call in exactly what it is that we want. So I know for myself, when I first heard this concept, it shouldn't necessarily use the word blessings, but I've used the word blessings. So I like to say like every month I can afford my blessings instead of every month I pay my bills. Well, it just feels better. There's a little bit of whimsicalness to it, but it also reminds me that it's something that I get to do. It's something that a lot of people struggle with. That I personally struggle with being able to pay bills on time, and it's nice to know that I am doing an exchange, right? It's important to remember that everything that we do is an exchange. So with my phone bill, even though sometimes I be stressed out with T-Mobile because I truly don't understand what's happening over there, I remind myself that, well, having my phone and being able to pay that bill, allowing it to be a blessing, allows me to talk to y'all, right? Because my phone bill and my Wi-Fi are from the same place. Like, if I don't pay those things, I don't get access to you. I don't get access to the things that I want to study, to the entertainment that I want to watch. Everything is through those two bills, right? And when I look at it that way, they're blessings. It's a blessing to be able to hop on my phone, hop on my laptop, and connect with people all around the world that, have the same core, you know? Especially for people who have felt lonely in life, or have felt like, again, the black sheep, or have felt ostracized with their immediate family or community. They don't see eye to eye on certain things. It's rewarding to be able to come to a space and be like, I know y'all are gonna get me, you know? Like, even if nobody else does, I know that we're gonna vibe, we're gonna have a good time, and that there's somebody in the world that cares for me. And I feel like it's even more deeply impactful because we've never met in person, and you still care, right? I still care. I look through to see the familiar names and to check in and see how y'all are doing because I care. That is something that my blessing, right, of having this T-Mobile bill allows me to do. So it's something to keep in mind as you're moving forward throughout your day, of looking at your bills as blessings instead of burdens. Anything that you have to pay for and give money for, honestly, when you're giving money, think about the fact that when I give, it multiplies tenfold. And give with a grateful heart is something she also speaks about a lot, right? And not just with money, but with everything. So when I am paying for something, I'm honestly grateful to be able to bless, right? Because money in itself can be a blessing, right? I think it's, again, the perspective. I'm able to bless, this company, right, or this grocery store with money in exchange for them blessing me with the food or products that I need, right? I get to bless, you know, this education system, even though sometimes, it can be a little stressful, and in exchange receive things for me to learn about, things that are going to expand my mind and allow me to really understand the world around me. It is an exchange. Money is an energy. It is meant to be circulated. And in that circulation, we must also circulate gratitude in order for, one, us to feel good about the money that we're sharing, and two, us to get more money back, right? Because when we give with an open, grateful heart, we'll receive with that same energy and we'll be blessed tenfold. And that's, if not a universal law, it's a universal concept. And not only does this book speak about it, but any book on spirituality and finances speaks about the fact that when you give with the open heart, you receive tenfold every single time. So it's something to keep in mind. Okay, let me just check the comments. Okay, Priscilla, I need this break. I'm struggling with my elderly parents and my elderly dogs. Oh no. My dog is fine. He's up most nights wandering. Oh no, he has meds. I haven't had a full night's sleep in so many months because of it. I love him so much. My husband and I don't have children. Our dogs are children. I love that. But it's so much. It's so incredibly exhausting mentally, physically. And what I want you to do, Priscilla, is to take a moment when you can, if you can, for yourself, right? Because you're in a constant caregiver mode, right? Working with your elderly parents, nurturing your elderly pets. It's important for you to take a moment just to breathe for yourself. So I'm happy that you're here because you'll get that moment today, but also to remind yourself to take more of those moments for yourself. That it's not going to harm anybody, but honestly, you're going to need it because if you're not getting the physical rest that you need, you're going to need the emotional rest, you need the mental rest, you need the energetic rest, right? Because sleep deprivation will eventually cause other issues to happen. So it's really important that you get some time just to yourself. Maybe place your hand over your heart and just focus on your breath for a few deep inhales and exhales. Center yourself, right? And also remember that it's just a season. This is not going to be forever, right? And to find, which it seems like you're already doing, the appreciation to be able to even do this, to be able to take care of your parents, to be able to take care of these beautiful pups, right? It's important for you to remember that you not only get to, but you're also capable of doing this. This is not outside of you, okay? Ginger, congrats. Yes, I almost didn't join. I could use a hug, even a mental hug here. Well, I'm sending you lots of love, okay? And of course, we can always express self-love by giving our own selves a hug. I think it's a practice that's not utilized a lot, but you can always give yourself that embrace. And remember that, again, as I'm doing this, it's an act of self-love. I'm literally wrapping my own heart's energy because your heart has its own aura. Just like we have our auric field around us, your heart has one too. And it extends from the arms into the fingertips. So you can wrap yourself in your own love and feel that embrace whenever you choose to. Okay? Yes, thank you. Thank you all for supporting Priscilla. How long have I been on Insight Timer? I've never seen you before. Oh, Carla, I love this. I've been on Insight Timer for a few years. But I've recently been going live every day because we're doing a 28-day gratitude journey. So that might be why you're seeing more of me. Okay? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Sending you guys so much love. No, you should not feel alone. But it's okay if you do. Okay? I don't ever want to minimize the feeling that you're having. It's okay if you feel alone. It's okay to feel alone in certain moments, to feel a level of solitude, right? And sometimes even isolation, but it doesn't last forever. And this is not on topic at all, but I do want to just add in that yesterday I was going through my content because I'm running out of space. Even like with external hard drive, things like that. And I was going through everything and I was looking at the past few months, like, what I consider to be a dark night of the soul for me. And even in the midst of that, there were still all these beautiful glimpses of joy and community that in hindsight I forgot about. In hindsight, I completely forgot that I had those experiences. It was really nice to be able to see them visually, to hear myself smiling. I mean, see myself smiling, hear myself laughing, being with my sister, being with my sisters, being with my niece and nephew. Those are things that, as much as they mean everything to me, I completely forgot that I experienced because all I could remember was the overwhelming sense of grief and feeling alone and losing my father, losing a child. Like, it was very intense for me, right? And it was beautiful yesterday to go and look through everything and see, like, oh, even in the midst of grief, I was still living. Even in the midst of this major heartache and heaviness, right, that is not gone, right? It still lives within me. I can still tap into it. Now, if it's something I consciously choose to do, no. But can I still access it? Yes. So it's still here. But it's here alongside the happiness. It's here alongside the joy. It's here alongside the community. The solitude and the isolation and the loneliness, right? The being alone is also here with the community, with the love, with the relationships. They both exist in my experience. One is neither greater than the other. They both exist. So you will always probably feel something of that sort. But if you can feel that, it's because the other part exists too. That's how we experience wholeness in life. So as much grief as there is in my heart and in my body, there's also gratitude. They both exist. And I'm allowed to acknowledge both of them whenever I want to. Okay? It's a blessing to pay my bill for Verizon. I can have the internet in my truck and my house. Exactly, TJ. A blessing. These are blessings that we get to do, we get to have, right? Because ultimately, you don't technically need the Wi-Fi, right? You don't technically need your phone. I mean, is it something to have? Yeah, right? Have we grown accustomed to it? But I remember there was a time I could go outside without a phone. You know what I mean? And my mom navigated the world without a phone, without Google Maps, without anything, without Wi-Fi, and she enjoyed her life. So it's not a necessity. It is something that we have grown accustomed to having, and we have to remember that there are plenty of people in this world that don't have access to Wi-Fi, that don't have access to phones, right? It's something to keep in mind, like, oh, I get to have this experience. And I get to have this experience by exchanging money for the service. Because essentially that's all that you're doing. You're exchanging money for said service. That's it. It's very simple. And when you begin to look at money that way, you start to take the bigness from it. Because I feel like sometimes we put all this pressure on money and finances. Like we make it this really bad, stressful experience when in fact it's just money. Like it's just there for you to use, right? I try to do that. The grocery store, I know those cashiers hear a lot of complaints and cost of food. Yes, Michelle. And what I love to do too, I like to just ask them how they're doing. You know, sometimes I'm on the phone, I'll like hold on, and I'm like, hey, how are you? How are you doing? How are you feeling? They're usually often taken aback, like, I'm good. And I'm like, yeah, you're human, and I don't want to be rude and just be on the phone. Like I'm not coexisting with you right now because I am. So yeah, that's why I make sure you're good. How are you feeling? And they appreciate that so much, right? They appreciate it so much. And when I see the number, even if I'm like, trying to budget and things like that, and I'll see the number and it's maybe a little higher than what I would like, I'm like, okay, I'm grateful I can afford it. I don't have to put anything back. I can afford it. I'll have the food, I'll have whatever it is that I need in my home for me to enjoy, for me to consume and be nourished by. Okay. And it's okay to also talk yourself through those moments, right? Of just being like, okay, as I'm growing my business, there are so much more things that I need to pay for that, the frugal person in me, right? Or the poverty consciousness that, still peeks out. It's just like, oh my God, it's another bill. Okay. Like, how are you going to be able to afford that? Every single month, will you be able to do it, right? You start to worry, you start to panic. But you have to be able to remind yourself, like, I'm given the opportunity to have this experience. The worst case scenario is that I do it for however long I'm able to, and then I don't anymore. And it's really not that bad because prior to it, I wasn't doing it to begin with. And minimizing that fear. Because again, fear is coming up to help you. I know that we have this really weird concept in wellness and in spirituality, like that fear or the ego are like really bad parts of you that you need to like tell them to shut up and go somewhere, whatever the case is. I don't personally subscribe to that notion. I found that like the more that I study how fear shows up in the body, even in the brain, it's not a malicious act. It's just simply your body trying to protect you and simply saying, I don't understand what's happening and I don't want you to get hurt. And because we have so much overstimulation in our environments now than we did back in the day, like I'm talking about prehistoric times, like it's hard for our brain to know what is real fear of like, oh, you're about to fall off of a cliff. Maybe you want to take a step back, as opposed to like an imaginary fear that we make up in our head based off of experience that we've had in the past that no longer exists, right? Fear is simply just a friend that's concerned for you. So when that fear comes up of me not being able to afford something, especially when it comes around money, I just have to remind myself and remind the fear, like, hey, it's okay. We're gonna be okay. We're really gonna be okay. Okay? And that can be really hard to do given your background, like for me, during my most of my early 20s, I was unhoused. So that was a big deal for me, having a roof over my head, being able to eat, things like that. It was a big deal for me to be able to do those things. And that trauma still lives in the body, right? So when it comes up, it's just like, oh, I don't want to be homeless again. Like, oh, like what if that happens? Like, oh my goodness. But I have to also remind myself that not only did I get through that and get to a space where I do have a home now, right? And I've done that several times, right? It's not like I did it once and that was it. I've had to rebuild myself over and over and over again financially, right? Especially working for yourself. doing the work that I do. It's not a common thing that, people even think you need to be paid for, right? So it's a whole thing, it's a whole other side of that. But being able to show up and every time having to rebuild myself, all of that skill set, all of that experience lives within me as just as much as the trauma does. So if I have to start from scratch again, I'm not really starting from ground zero because I have so much life experience. I have connections and relationships that I can now tap into so that I can get whatever support is that I need financially, right? It's something to keep in mind. Though you may have been there before, you've been there before. So you really know the vibes. You know how to navigate it. You know what's going on. You'll know how to get through it. And you have way more life experience, and you understand that the outcome is that I will survive all of my bad days. I have survived every single day that I thought was going to literally take me out. When I thought I was going to drown in grief, I am still here. I've survived every bad day, every loss, every heartbreak, every heartache, every disappointment, every betrayal. I've survived them all. My track record is zero to none. Like I've really done these things, right? Me being here, living proof is that, and it's something to remember for yourself as well, especially on your financial journey. You have overcome so much already, and though I get where we get to a space where it's like I don't really want to have to go through this again because that was exhausting, but you're not going to be going through it again as that person that you were because again you have life experience attached to you. And I think that not only can be applied to our finances and our money mindset, but it can also be applied to literally anything that you're experiencing in life. No matter how heartbreaking and heavy it is right now in this moment, you will ultimately survive it. It's literally how we're designed. You will get through it. Now, will it be messy? Will it be uncomfortable? Yes. I'm not going to sit there and say it's a smooth ride because I would never lie to you. But you will get through it. You will. You will get through it in ways that you couldn't even imagine. You will get through it in ways where blessings and miracles pop up out of nowhere and you had no idea that those things were even possible for you. You will get through it in the most magnificent of ways. You will get through it. I've gotten through 2 major losses this year because of a whole bunch of people that hop on every day with me to talk about gratitude. I could have never thought of that concept myself when I was going through the grief. I would have never thought that this would have been a healing process for me because at that time, this was considered work and I wasn't able to show up for work. But now it's a healing experience because I have grown as a person through that grief to be able to witness the goodness in what it is that I have. Again, that can also be applied to finances, okay? And Priscilla, you don't have to try right now. That's the beautiful thing. You don't have to try right now. You could just be. If you need to cry, if you need to fall apart, if you need to lay down, if you need to drink water, which if you're feeling very emotional, please drink water right now in this moment because it will help to soothe you. Do those things. You don't have to be put together right now. Even if it's just for this hour and a half, you don't have to be put together right now. You can be whatever it is you need to be in this moment and then afterwards begin collecting yourself. But what I don't want you to do, I don't want anyone to do, is hold themselves together in a moment where they're feeling inspired to let it all go. Let it go. Even if it's just for this moment that you get to have a moment of surrender, give yourself that. I'm not bothered by it. I don't think anybody else in the comments will be bothered by it. I don't think that you're showing up in a malicious way or you're not being compassionate or considerate. I just think you're simply witnessing what you're going through and that you're tired. I'll always be able to hold space for your humanity. Otherwise, I wouldn't be on here because I wouldn't be able to, right? Yes. Yes, exactly. Yeah, so you're just in a super caregiving mode. And you know what? Maybe the next step you don't think you'll be able to handle. Maybe you won't be able to handle it. But guess what? Maybe that next step you won't be going through by yourself. You just think that you are because you're in the moment of fear. Right? Fear also has a way of isolating us because fear is only worried about us and not worried about everybody else in that sense. It's like, girl, I want to make sure that you're good. Okay? So, and then it feels as impactful. There's this impact in the mind of like, it's just me having to go through that. But that's not true. There are other people that will be there for you. You might not have even met those people yet. So right now it may feel like you don't handle it, you can't handle it, and then that's okay to feel. It's okay to feel that you can't handle it. There were plenty of times where I just was like, yeah, I'm not doing it today. I don't have it today. If you want me to get it done today, God, you're going to have to show up and send some type of sign, babes, because I'm not doing it. I'm just not. I don't have it. I can't give you what I don't have. And being honest like that with God, source, universe, whatever you call on to, being honest like that with yourself is super important. It's super crucial to have that understanding. Like, some days you don't have it. Some days you're not going to be able to handle it. But you will get through that day. You will get through the day. Okay? Yes, I take meditation daily, yoga daily. I love this for you, Priscilla. I try so hard to give myself self-care. Then I hop in bed with a grateful mindset. And then I don't sleep again. Yeah, it's the sleep deprivation too. That could also just be why you feel so overwhelmed. When we don't get enough sleep, nothing feels right or makes sense in our body. Nietzsche, hello, hello, hello. We are going over the 28 days of gratitude. The book is called The Magic. I'm going to drop it in the chat, and again, fingers crossed, but I am answering the question. So hopefully this is okay. And it's by Rhonda Bryan. Here we go. That's the book that we're going over. Here we go. Priscilla, when I was thinking about my mom, made sure to take power walks with the yoga treatment. Thank you, Michelle. Rahel, yes. Thank you for being vulnerable and sharing, Priscilla. See, Priscilla, you have so much support even in this moment. I don't want you to be too overwhelmed where you're not able to witness it, you know? Don't feel sorry for me, Priscilla. Look, life happens, okay? Life happens. Life happens. Life is messy. Life is oddly simple, but also confusing. It's life. Like, these things are going to happen. They are. But the beautiful thing is that when they're happening to us, even though we may think we're not able to get through it, we end up getting through it. Then we're able to share these stories to remind other people, like, hey, I may not be in the exact same shoes as you because we are two separate beings, but I have had similar experiences, and I can hold your hand through this process in whatever way that looks like, right? So it may not be me physically holding your hand, but energetically, I can hold your hand and just be like, hey, I'm not asking you to be strong. I'm just asking you to exist to whatever capacity you can. And I'm here. Okay? And not only am I here, but you have an entire community of people that are also here for you, even in this moment. And what I would encourage you to do, if it feels good, if it's something that you're able to do, is really savor the community that you're experiencing right now. Because when you savor it and you just really allow yourself to be appreciative of it, in those moments when you do experience solitude or you feel alone, these moments will come back up for you. So we may not be able to be in every moment with you, but we'll be in every moment with you. Does that make sense? Okay. Yes, to a manicure and pedicure. I cannot wait to get one myself. Oh, so necessary. Yes, I recently started EFT for sleepiness. Perhaps something to consider. Yes, EFT is great for that too. To help you fall asleep. Maybe also too, once you are out of work, maybe you'll be able to get some rest in the daytime. Maybe it won't be where you have the same sleep schedule anymore. You know, it'll give yourself that ability to be flexible too. Okay? Yeah, see? See? It's the energy. Thank you, Michelle. Yes, I look at the points that I accrue on my grocery bills to help appreciate the spending. We got the same cashier often and gotten to know them. See, not only were you able to build community, but you're also realizing, like, oh, there's even more that I'm getting back from this outside the groceries that I'll be able to use. I'm also getting points that I'll be able to add on to something else. That's the beautiful thing about being a money magnet, right? Lotus, what's the type of book you're working with the author's name, things. Marianne, it is in the chat. I wrote it down. If you don't see it, it's probably because they blocked my comment. But it's The Magic by Rhonda Bryan, right? It's day 8. We're day 9, Bentley. Yes, Terry. It's such an amazing inspiration. Just love and positivity. Thank you, Terry. Yes, and it comes from a very, like, honest place. Like, I'm not someone that's like, just breathe your way through it, it'll be okay. Even though breath does work. I'm not going to hold you. It's a very powerful tool. It's not toxic positivity. It's just that I've lived a lot of life, and I have found that I'm still alive. So I have a lot of faith in my ability to navigate things. And even in the moment when I don't feel like I can, I trust in the universe. I trust in God. I trust in my ancestors. I trust in my community. I trust in y'all, where it's just like, it'll figure itself out. I don't have to figure everything out. I don't need to be in that much control. Because honestly, I've been trying to do it and it hasn't been working in my favor. It's been stressing me out. So probably not where I should be in the moment, right? Hi, Mary. Hello, hello, hello. There we go. I love this platform. I love the folks on it. Michelle, so do I. I feel like y'all are amazing. I think I was talking to someone about it, and I'm just like, no, literally, my community is like the best. Like, we literally have so much fun together every day. It's such a blessing. And it's about to rain, so I wanted to just make sure you guys are able to still see me. I'm looking forward to the rain today. It was very hot recently. I'm so tired. I need to go cry. Yes, cry, Priscilla, and drink water. Drink water, okay? And then I want you to send me a message later on today or tomorrow, okay? And if you don't send me one, I'm going to send one to you and check in on you, all right? Go ahead. Yes, yes. Thank you, Mary. Thank you, Mary, for that, okay? We love you so much, Priscilla. Yeah, you're not ungrateful at all. Yeah, I agree, Michelle. Do what needs to be done. If you need to cry, cry. We love you regardless. We'll still be on for another hour. So if you decide that you want to hop back on, we'll be here. If not, we'll be here tomorrow, okay? But take some time for yourself. Yes, please. Go. Go be free. Go feel what you need to feel. And check in with me, please, by the end of today. If not, I will be checking in with you. I'm very serious about things like that. Okay? Okay. Yes, I'm a big crier, and I love to create spaces where we are able to do that because I think that that's very important. And I'm just writing down to check in on Priscilla um, when we're done. Just give me 1 second, okay? Check in on. Okay. Okay, cool. Okay. I love that we were able to have this beautiful heart to heart. I definitely will, Priscilla, okay? I definitely will. Okay. As you're taking that time for yourself, we are going to jump into the meditation portion of this live, okay? And the concept is bills to blessings, transforming your financial perspective, okay? So please get ready to meditate with me. And honestly, do whatever feels good, right? Like just get comfortable in your body. That's really what I want you to do. Okay? Yes, we all love you. My heart. Let's take a nice collective inhale, exhale together as a community. Just breathing into the lower belly, expanding into the heart space. And exhale, letting go. And then let's take an inhale, exhale, breathing in for Priscilla. And then exhale, sending her some love. And another collective inhale, breathing in. And exhale, letting go of any worry, any tension. And just bringing ourselves back to this moment, okay? Beautiful. All right, I'm gonna actually turn something off really quickly so that when I record, it doesn't pick it up. So that way, the recording for y'all is good. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, perfect. Okay. All right, ready? Okay, beautiful. If you're ready to meditate, just let me know. Just send some hearts so I know when to begin. All right. Okay, perfect. We're ready. All right. Okay, let's do it. Welcome to this guided meditation, Bills to Blessings, transforming your financial perspective. In this moment, I want you to get comfortable in your body, finding a space for you to be at ease, to let the body be however it is, focusing in on your breath. Noticing the rise and fall of your chest as you inhale and exhale. And right now we're just witnessing the body. There's no need to slow your inhales or deepen your exhales. Just simply witness how it's showing up for you in this moment. Maybe even say hello. So often we don't check in with our bodies throughout the day. And it carries so much. And it does so much for us. And if it feels good and you're safe to do it, I invite you to close your eyes or soften your gaze. Really tune inward into who you are and what you're experiencing in this moment. And when it feels good, allow a deep inhale, breathing into the lower belly, expanding the belly as much as you can, letting the air rise up into the heart space. Exhale, release. Soften the shoulders. Soften the jaw. Drop your tongue from the roof of your mouth as we breathe in together. Breathing into the lower belly, expanding it as much as we possibly can. Allowing yourself to fully center around this moment. And on that exhale, letting go of any tension. Leaving your body feeling calm and at peace. Now bring your attention to your heart center and imagine the beautiful green light radiating from it. This light represents the energy of gratitude and its ability to transform your relationship with money and abundance. With each breath you breathe, feel this light expanding and glowing brighter. Let it fill your entire being with a deep sense of appreciation. Allow it to guide you, to reconnect you to all the blessings that surround you each and every day. As you bask in this beautiful green light of gratitude, visualize yourself sitting in a comfortable space. And get comfortable there. Be settled. Get settled in. As you prepare yourself to have a conversation with prosperity, to acknowledge its existence in your life, and as you inhale, breathing in, and exhale, letting go. Begin to ask Spirit, Source, Universe, whoever you call on to in your time of need. Ask them to reveal all the abundance you have access to. Let the sensation unfold. Let your imagination be free. As you begin to witness the abundance that is all around you. As you witness the abundance that you always have had access to. And as that green light is expanding and glowing, look at it as a friend. Envision that green light as prosperity. allow its presence to teach you. To teach you what it feels like to be in the frequency of abundance, in the frequency of limitless financial gain. Allow yourself to tap into your inner alchemist with your friend Prosperity at your side. Envision a table stacked with bills, symbols of the financial responsibilities that come with living in abundance. Now take a moment to reflect on your initial reaction to seeing these bills. Acknowledge any feelings of stress, frustration, or anxiety that may arise. Utilize your breath to put you back into a divine rhythm. Envision that green glowing light soothing you and calming you as any resistance or discomfort arises. Being that friend in need. Being a beautiful friend to you. And remember that these bills are not burdens, but they are blessings. So now imagine those bills transforming into blessings, seeing the services that they provide for you, the ease and the access that they give you. This is how you can transmute the perspective from poverty to prosperity. Witnessing bills as blessings and allowing them to be opportunities to express gratitude for the abundance in your life. Now imagine that you can pick up each bill, one by one, holding them in your hands. And as you do, allow yourself to feel a sense of appreciation for the services and goods that each bill represents. Whether it's rent or mortgage for your home, utilities to keep you warm and comfortable, or expenses for the conveniences of modern life. Transform each bill into a blessing and a reminder of the abundance that surrounds you. Begin to say thank you for the money. Thank you for the service. Thank you for the experience. Feel the magic in these words. Feel that when you say them with an open heart and an open mind, that energy of gratitude is infusing into every cell of your being. Simply because you're expressing appreciation for the flow of abundance in your life. Continue to breathe inward, taking in this positive energy of gratitude and appreciation for your prosperity. And exhale, letting go of anything that does not align with that feeling. Think about the bills you've paid in the past and how even when you felt like there wasn't a way to make it happen, you did. Think about the bills that were paid for when you were smaller, younger, and how you were still able to receive things that you needed. so you can cultivate a deep sense of gratitude for money and what it's allowed you to fulfill when it comes to your financial commitments. And for anything that is not paid just yet, bring those bills to mind. And as you do, with each inhale, say thank you. And with each exhale, say it's paid. Declaring to universe, source, whoever you call on to, that you trust that your financial worries will disappear. Trust in the wisdom that abundance provides us. And together, let's take a deep inhale, breathing into the lower belly, activating the sacral chakra that governs our relationship to our finances. And exhale, let go, release, soften. Breathing in again, allowing yourself to fully integrate this practice of gratitude into your being. And as you exhale, knowing that you have transformed your perspective, that you have now transformed bills to blessings, and you remain open to the greater flow of abundance and prosperity in your life. Beautiful inhale in. Lovely exhale out. In this moment, before we come back to the present, give thanks to prosperity, that friend you've cultivated, that beautiful, green, soothing light. Thank you for your presence. Thank you for your commitment to my well-being. And thank you for helping me to transform bills into blessings, allowing me to ultimately become a money magnet. Knowing that you can tap into that friend prosperity whenever you choose to. And that when you do, you will feel this overwhelming sense of calmness, of peace, of certainty in your abundance. And it will, in turn, allow you to be a money magnet, drawing in abundance and prosperity in so many different ways. With a heart full of gratitude and a smile upon your face, slowly begin to wiggle your fingers and toes, gradually moving back into your body. And when you feel ready, you can gently open your eyes or refocus your gaze, trusting that you will feel refreshed and renewed, and deeply connected to the abundance that flows through you in your life. And thank you so much for meditating with me today. Let me know how you're feeling in the comments below. Okay. There we go. Beautiful. Let me know how you're feeling. It's okay, Mary. Yeah, let me check in with you really quickly. 1 second. Hi, Sherry. So nice to meet you. What if you're coming to it from a somewhat opposite perspective? I have always had mostly enough money, but I always feel guilty for that. Money is an energy, okay? And when you're able to have enough of it, one of the questions that I would ask is, how are you utilizing it, right? Are you able to sustain yourself? If that's a yes, that's a beautiful thing. There's nothing to feel guilty about that, right? That's something that a lot of people aspire to have, and you have a direct access to, right? I would then ask, how are you paying it forward, right? How are you giving back to the community? Because often when we do have enough money, that feeling of guilt may come from us feeling like maybe we're not doing enough with it to help others. So maybe that might mean creating like a tithing practice, or volunteering somewhere, or supporting your favorite content creator, excuse me. You know, when we are blessed to have an abundance of money to the point where we're like, all of my needs are met and my desires are fulfilled, the next level of that prosperity would be to give it back, right? Not to the point of detriment to ourselves, but simply because when we give, it multiplies. The goal of it is to multiply, right? So if you can shift that perspective and maybe tap into that, that could help you ease that guilt. Because guilt in itself is not really, it's not a real emotion. It just feels really real for us. It's very counterfeit. There's no real purpose to guilt, right? Like, there's a purpose to sadness. There's a purpose to rage. There's no purpose to guilt. It serves no purpose but to harm us. It's the same way that when people worry, it's literally just to harm you. There's no benefit to worrying. Michelle, thank you. Amazing visualization as always. I'm so happy. Feeling very tired. Yes, but soothe into the moment. Be into the moment. Sonia, hi. Calmer, thank you, Lois. These sessions and your energy have been a blessing. I'm so grateful. Thank you, Sonia. Fantastic work. Have such a deep gratitude that I am a blessing to others through money, prosperity, and abundance. Yes. And within me. Such a powerful change of mindset. So important to remember that. Terry, peaceful, thank you for another beautiful meditation. You're so welcome, Terry. Michelle, when you said prosperity is a friend, I imagine myself holding its hand. Yes, when I did the meditation too, that's what I felt when I first created, like, with my cute little green friend. Holding my hand, being like, babe, we got this. Yes, you see a stack of bills, but hey, there's actually a stack of blessings. Let's transform that together, right? And also reminding us to be a little bit more playful with our imagination, right? When we were kids, it was super easy to do. I know as we got older, you know, the world tried to like suck us dry from our imagination. But having that playful side to it is helpful as well. Because in the energy of playfulness, it also allows us to be lighthearted, which allows us to be open-hearted, which allows us to have our minds to be open, and then we'll be able to receive more, right? So even when we talk about the guilt of maybe having more than we think we should have, it also could be that you have a perspective of seriousness towards it, where maybe you could be a bit more playful, right? Because guilt is not going to change anything. If anything's going to make you feel bad about it, and it'll eventually impact your prosperity to where you'll have less than what it is that you already have, right? But when we're able to give ourselves a little bit more grace, be a little bit more playful in that space, especially during a meditation where we're cultivating our energy, it just allows us to access that abundance. Because abundance is not just financial prosperity, right? And I know that we're all aware of that. Abundance comes in many forms. You can be rich in life in many forms. Okay? We clean glasses together as I toasted him. I love that, Goddess Mo. That's so much fun. I have to add that in. That feels really good in my head. When you said stack of bills, I immediately saw dollar bills. That's what I'm talking about, Michelle. Yes. I slept in. I missed it all. Kelly, you missed nothing. We're about to join in on the EFT if you want to stay, okay? Just glad to join for a little bit. Do my body need it? And I'm proud of you, Kelly. I love this. Yes. Yes. That makes me so happy. And that's okay. Look, you're never going to hear me be like, oh, you did miss it. No. Like, you got here when you got here. And I'm just happy to see your name. How are you feeling? I'm glad you got some rest. Yes, I've still been very tired. I'm still so tired, but I am getting rest. I'm just tired. It's just, again, duality of life. But yes, I love that you guys are able to do that with your guided meditation with your friend Prosperity, and I hope that Prosperity stays with you. That you remember that it's a friend. It's not um, this thing on this high shelf that you'll never be in reach of. Prosperity is accessible to you in this moment. And if you can just open your mindset to accept that truth, you'll begin to see it in the physical world, in the 3D world. You'll begin to see it almost everywhere because it's already here. A lot of times, what we need is already around us. We're just not, we're so focused and paying attention to the things that we don't want that we are unable to see what it is that we do have access to. We're so locked in, focusing on what is going wrong, what I don't have, where I'm lacking. And that can overwhelm you and make you feel so narrow minded that you don't see anything on either side. I don't see what's going on over here, and I don't see what's going on over here. Meanwhile, it's all this blessings and abundance and miracles around you, just being like, I'm here. Whenever you're ready, whenever you want to acknowledge me, right? And sometimes it's about acknowledging it and trusting that as I acknowledge something, it exists, right? The same way that I acknowledge my laptop. If I don't acknowledge my laptop, it does not exist. And I don't think people really understand that. It's such a beautiful concept, and this is like kind of where that quantum physics comes into place. But there are studies that show like when something is in a space and it's not being acknowledged, there's no proof that it exists. It's almost like that saying of when a tree falls in the forest, does anybody hear it? Right? Like, does it make a sound? You really don't know because no one is there to bear witness. No one is there to acknowledge that we don't know. We have no idea. If we were there and we were acknowledging it, then we would have an answer. But if we're not there, then honestly, it does not exist. And it's something to keep in mind when we're talking about energy healing, when we're talking about cultivating prosperity, because it gives you this sense of authority. And you need that sense of authority and ownership in your life. Otherwise, you're going to always feel like life is happening to you instead of for you. And when you feel like life is happening to you, it puts you in this victim mentality, and that lowers your vibration, and it keeps you in a space where you're going to feel victimized, right? You're going to feel like things are always happening against me. Nothing ever goes my way. I don't feel like I'm blessed. I don't feel like I'm lucky, you know? But when you're able to shift that perspective, then all of a sudden you witness that everything was there all along. Okay? Oh, and before we jump into the EFT, I just want to remind you that this is donation based, of course. I know we're talking about money, so this is a perfect segue. If you're able to donate, if something resonates with you, if you feel inspired at all by anything that you hear, anything that we talk about, by all means, feel free to donate. If you're unable to donate at this time, do not worry. I'm just really happy that you're here with me. But I also need to continue to say that it's a donation-based thing because this is required of me and I often forget a lot. Okay? Yes, when you first access to see our abundance, source showing me my friends, family trips, and all the things in nature I enjoy. Exactly, guys. Well, that is also prosperity. Okay? Bit better, recharging my battery. I love this for you, Kelly. Yes. Yes. Oh my goodness. See, you guys saw the same. Ooh, I love that collective connection when we meditate and we get similar meditations. Oh, I feel like that's always so incredibly cool. Wow, my mind just like burst open. Yes, 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 Melissa. Thank you. Yes, thank you for dropping that in. That was one of them. And there was another one like on like light beams. I can't remember. And one of my former partners was like obsessed with it and showing me like every documentary on it, and essentially just proved that if you're not acknowledging it, it does not exist. And that is actually a universal truth for everybody, but most people don't believe that to be true, so that it's not, because also belief matters. It's so interesting. Going through a divorce, I went into a tailspin with the money that didn't work. Kelly, I get it. Michelle, can donation be made through PayPal? They can, and I will drop that there. Amy, thank you so much for your donation. Nietzsche, thank you so much for your donation. It is my email, and I'm just going to do it this way, so that way it does not. That is it for PayPal, and then for Venmo, it is this. Yes, it's so important for us to remember that when it comes to money, right? Allow yourself to be a magnet, right? Magnets literally have things drawn to them. They're not going out to get it. It also does combat that hustle and grind mentality that a lot of us were raised in. I know for me, I was raised that if you don't go and produce and make things happen, money does not come to you. But that's not true. Money will come to you simply because of the energy that you have. That's why certain people are just kind of like, what is it that you do again? Like, how do you have all this money? They have a strong belief that money belongs to them. They have a strong belief that money likes them, that money wants to be around them. They also know exactly what to do with the money when they receive it, which is very important because money loves organization. It's not going to bless somebody or be around someone that's disorganized because it needs to know where it's going because, again, circulation is important, right? It doesn't want to go into people's spaces where it's going to hoard that money. That's why usually when people have money and that's all that they have, it doesn't necessarily make them abundant because they're afraid to spend, right? They're afraid to circulate. They're suffocating their abundance. So it's super important to remember these things as you're moving forward, utilizing gratitude to help you circulate the energy of money, circulate the energy of prosperity, and you'll start to see it everywhere. Okay? Even since we did day one of money magic, I was offered a few different things that were just like, hey, it's like a 2 week trial, or for a few months, this will be free for you if you want to do it. Those are all confirmations from universe, from source, that I am tapping into the frequency of abundance. Money will find its way to me, right? And if I was just very focused on it being actual dollar bills or change, I wouldn't be able to even accept or acknowledge those blessings and being able to get something for free or have something gifted to me. Those are all forms of money exchange. And the goal of this is to expand your mind with gratitude so that you can witness the many different ways in which you are rich. Okay? There we go. Kelly, did I miss something? Oh, okay, yes. Yes, yes. I had to let go of the money, the stress around money, and trust that God will provide for me. It was so freeing. And love this for you. Oh, it would be this, Ginger. Yes. Yeah. It's a freeing experience. And again, Kelly, I love how you brought this up because, again, I think it's important that when we go through something that is considered very detrimental to our spirit or very hard to get through, something like, a separation or a divorce, that's a big deal, right? And in it, you were literally able to be like, you know what? But it freed me because I didn't even realize the mindset that I had attached to finances prior to. And now I have more of a trust in source, a trust in God, universe, to provide for me, right? I often love to say that God is my financial advisor because I prefer it that way personally. That's something that I enjoy. I like to think that God is my bank account, and it will bless me because it's limitless. Everything that I need is there. And it helps me because for the way that I have with it with God, God does everything and anything, has created everything and anything. So I'm able to receive so much more. Sometimes when I'm thinking like Chase is my bank, it's a little stressful, right? It's a little like, because now I'm only limited to what's in my account physically, and now I'm minimizing my spirit, minimizing my energy, and I'm no longer in the flow of abundance. I'm in the stressfulness of the now, right? And not even of the now, because again, the now is actually not stressful. It's the past that we focus on that literally causes us a lot of frustration and stress, and it no longer exists. And we can simply just acknowledge that this is no longer a part of my current experience. I don't have to acknowledge it. I get to transform something as big and as heavy as a divorce and make it something that can be freeing for me. I get to change my experience, my perception of things. Even if everyone else around you does not agree, it does not matter because they're not living your life. They don't feel what you feel. They don't see things in your mind how you'll see things in your mind. Ultimately, and with all respect, they don't necessarily matter, right? What matters is how you are processing that experience, how it's showing up for you. It can be your mother, it can be your own child. It's like, I don't get what you're getting. I don't see how you see it that way. They don't have to. There's a saying from Lisa Nichols where she says, like, God gave you the vision, so you can't get mad when other people don't see it. And it's a very true statement. You can't get mad because other people don't see what Source Universe your ancestors, your spirit gave to you. They gave it to you. It doesn't mean that everyone else is going to see it. They only need you to see it to bring it to life. They only need you to acknowledge it to bring it to life. And that goes for literally anything. Your finances, your purpose, your passion in life. If you want to call it in romance, it doesn't matter if no one else sees it. All that matters is that you see it, that you can clearly ask for it, that you believe wholeheartedly that you can receive it, and that you make the space to have it when it comes your way. That's really all you have to be focused on. Not if someone's going to judge you, if they're not going to understand, how can you explain to somebody else? They're going to think you're crazy. Like, that's kind of where my I don't care side comes out. Like, I don't necessarily care how other people perceive me. I don't care because, like, y'all have not lived my life, right? And it goes the same way too. Like, that's why I'm also not a judgmental person. I'm not trying to put things on other people because I have not lived your life. I don't know why you got to this space and how you are showing up and what you're sharing with the world. I don't know how you got there. That must have been a very unique experience for you. Who am I to then say that you're doing it wrong or that you're not in alignment? I genuinely don't know. I don't know what your path is. I don't know what the universe has in store for you. All I can do is be myself, focus on making sure I'm paying attention to the signs and the nudges that universe is providing me, and send you love. Send you love. Send you absolute love and prayers that you will get to wherever it is you need to go. Even if I don't understand it, right? Like, I don't have to understand what it is that you want in your life for me to want it for you. For me to say, I hope you get that because you sound so excited about it. And I really do wish that we as a people did that more. Like, I don't have to comprehend it logically. I see how excited it makes you. I love that for you. I hope you get that, and if not that, I hope you get something better. And just be at peace with that. I feel like there's just so much freedom there that we don't get to explore because we're so caught up in trying to comprehend things. And our brains, as magical and as powerful as they are, they can only do but so much. They can't process someone else's life. Like, it's just not necessary, right? And I just wish that we understood that more, especially when it comes to finances and money, when it comes to your dream career. You know, I never really understood the people that are like, you could never do that because it's never been done. It's just like, what sense does that make in telling me that? Like, that doesn't make any, like, don't tell me that. Like, you're not helping me. And why would you not want to help somebody? And if you don't want to help them, why engage? Like, you really don't know what that person is capable of. And again, that comes from so many experiences, people telling me what I can and cannot do, and me not only doing what I said I was going to do because God put a calling on my heart and gave me the skill sets and talents to make it happen, but also remind them of, like, wow, you could have put that energy, that concern that you had for me towards your own goals and did what you wanted to do. Instead, you spent this time and energy trying to tell me what I'm not capable of, and you don't know me. You don't know me enough to know that if I say I'm going to do something, it's going to get done. I don't need to know how. I just need to know that that's what needs to get done. And moving in that type of space, having that type of confidence and courage will provide you with endless prosperity in life. I've been finding pennies ever since the first day of Money Magic. I even got a free lottery scratcher on Saturday. Amy, I love this for you. That is amazing. Oh my goodness. Yes. The way that I just lit up. Wow. I feel like the universe doesn't want me to have a lot of money because the universe knows I would probably give it all away and money doesn't want me to do that. You know, maybe. Or maybe the universe does want you to have a lot of money because it knows that you will give everything away and that people will benefit from your generosity. And money's super into that. Money loves a generous energy. Money loves it. It's like, ooh, we know we go to TJ, we're about to go to everywhere we need to go and help so many people out. That's why we love being around TJ. They really get us. They get the money that we need to be out here in the world. It could also be that. It's whatever you choose to believe. But I also want to provide another perspective. Because if you have a generous spirit like that, we need more of that in the world. We need more people that are just willing to give because they know that they can. Right? Yes, yes, God is my financial advisor. Yes, yes, God is my. I have to remind myself of that all the time. Like, girl, you know God got you. Like, relax. You're doing too much. Best way to kill a big dream is to introduce it to a small mind. Ooh, Melissa. Woo! That is such a powerful saying. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. That's also why there's that saying of like, keep it to yourself and then let it, once it's intuition, once it's in the physical world, you can share with others. And it's simply because people who love you, who care for you, they just don't want to see you go through hurt. They don't want to see you go through discomfort. But the truth is, like, you're gonna go through it regardless. They can't really protect you from that. Um, that is actually a very selfish act because they don't want to feel what they're going to feel by seeing you go through what you want to go through. It really is less about you and more about them when they're kind of putting that worry and concern onto you. That's just something to keep in mind. Like, they just don't want to go through that because they have a lot going on in their life, and they're like, look, I have so much going on in my life. What I can't do is also watch you suffer because I love you so much, right? Like, that's a real thing. But also, in that being a real thing, you don't have to let that limit you in your experience with abundance and prosperity and whatever it is that you want to do. Okay, and I want to just be very clear about that. It doesn't matter how you look. It doesn't matter your level of education. It doesn't matter where you grew up at. It doesn't matter your religious beliefs. If there's something that you want to experience and something that you want to do, you have a dream, you have a desire in your heart, you have a vision in your mind, you can do that thing. I don't care if you haven't seen anyone else do it before. Like, when I say that all of that stuff is so irrelevant, I truly mean that. It does not matter if no one else has ever seen or heard of what you're talking about. Some of the most greatest people in society have done things that have never been done before. Right? We have to remember that. Things that were stacked against them. One of my favorite people to talk about is Madam C.J. Walker. She literally became the first black woman millionaire during a time where black women weren't even allowed to have their own freedom, let alone know how to read or run a business or be respected or even be looked at as a human being. Everything was against her in the physical world, yet we know her name hundreds of years later. That can be any one of us. Walt Disney, though he may not have been a great person, right? His legacy lives on. Steve Jobs, same thing. His legacy lives on, right? The Wright brothers, their legacy lives on. We take planes all the time now. People laughed at them. Like, not you think you can stay in the sky like a bird. You're weird, right? But they did it, and now it's so common to us. Now we pay money to have that experience that people said wasn't a true thing, right? There's always going to be that. Ironically, and before this, we'll get into the EFT right afterwards. I was watching something, and it was like on The Breakfast Club, which is like a popular podcast in New York. They were talking about Megan Thee Stallion. I just think she's adorable. She reminds me like my little sister. She's just a free woman. And they were just like, not her going on tour, like, and she's doing arenas, like, that's so weird. Like, she's such a small artist. Why would she think she can sell out arenas? Madison Square Garden? Like, girl, what are you doing? Just talking so badly about this girl. Like, you don't know her. You don't know what she's been through. You don't know anything. You're not even a fan. You don't even know how many fans she has. Like, all these variables you're unaware of, but you've decided that because you don't know her well, she can't do these things. And she has sold out every single tour stop. Every single one. And guess what? Those same people, a week later, hopped on their same show and said she's an arena artist. She's an arena artist. I just asked the question, which they didn't. They literally made a statement. But it just showed you, like, people will change their mind. They'll catch up to you. They'll catch up to your vision. They'll catch up to your innovation. You really do not need them to believe in you. You just need to believe in you. I just want to put that out there because I feel like I'm always in spaces with deeply creative and innovative people who care so deeply, who love this world in ways that I'm still processing and understanding. And I just want you to know that regardless, whatever it is you want to do in this life, whatever it is you want to share, I don't care how old you are, it does not matter. If you have that vision in your mind, it is there for you to experience. There are supermodels that have just turned 70 that are now walking catwalks all around the world. Something that we were told we were not allowed to do. You can do anything you want. This world is literally up for grabs. Whatever you want to create, you can create it. I pray that you truly let these words resonate with you. You are so talented and you are so gifted and you're so capable. Never forget that. Never let anybody outside you tell you what you can and cannot do and who you can and cannot be. You can do whatever you want. And I'll always support that. I don't even need to know what it is. I will always support that. Okay? I just want to make sure we're clear on that. Okay. Oh, Shauna, thank you so much for the donation. Yes, Michelle, what other people think about me is not my business. I say that all the time. Like, not you tell me what you think about me. It's not my business. You don't gotta tell me. You don't have to tell me. I don't need to know. Because to be quite honest, I have enough going on in my head. I really can't take on more, if I'm being quite honest. Okay? Yes, I love all of this. You're preaching what I need. Oh, Kelly, I love this. Thank you for your message. Send your Cashapp. Oh, thank you, MA. I appreciate that. So true. People don't want to see us go through stuff because they can't hold space for it. Yes, and that's fine, right? Sometimes to remind you, like, I'm not asking you to hold space for it, right? I have community. I have God. I have source. I have angels. I have ancestors. There is going to be something or someone that will hold space for me if I need it, even if it is myself. I don't need you to do that. But I appreciate your concern. It means that you care about me, but your energy is misplaced. I'd much rather you focus on yourself, right? Oh, thank you so much, Goddess Mo, for the Venmo. Today's session was fire. I have 3 pages of notes. Oh, Amy, I love this for you. Oh my goodness, yes. Amy is also the crab mentality. Yeah, it's just like, can we live life? Like, can we just enjoy life? There's so much more going on in the world. Like, please don't limit me. Don't think that you can, because I'm limitless, and you're gonna mess around and find out. Okay? Sometimes it's hard for me to see what I can do. Ginger, and I feel that. And guess what? A lot of times when we feel that way about ourselves and we are our biggest critic, we are our biggest barrier, it is because of how we've been conditioned to see ourselves. It is simply because of how we've been conditioned through our tribes, right? Our tribal mindset, which is like the first mindset that you even get access to as a child, right? You want to assimilate and be a part of it because that is your equation to love. And as you get older, you start to experience more of the world. You go to school, you start to experience other viewpoints, things like that. Then you get most likely to like late teens when your hormones start to kick in and provide a whole new experience to life. Then you're going to maybe college, or you're in that kind of college age area, and people are talking about things that you've never had access to in your tribal space. And your mind is getting cracked wide open. And sometimes that can produce this feeling of, ooh, I don't know what I'm capable of. But also in that statement, you actually don't know what you're capable of. So you could possibly be capable of that beautiful thing that you're calling in. Both can be true. And I think, who says that, like, whether you think you're right or you think you're wrong, it's right either way. Like, it doesn't necessarily matter. It really is up to you. Like, these are true things. Okay? Amy, me too, lots of notes. Oh, hi, Christy. Me too, Ginger. I'm trying to get in my own way. Yeah, and I would tap on that, of tapping to get out of your own way. Like, I don't want to be the person that blocks myself from my blessings. That's not what I want to experience. I want to experience my blessings. I want to get out of my way. I want to trust in myself. I want to trust in my ability to call in my blessings and my ability to receive and access my blessings and my ability to use my talents and my gifts. I don't want to block myself anymore. I'm not blocking myself anymore, right? You can do that yourself. You can tap. Anyway, you can tap on your sweet spot and just say, I'm not blocking my blessings. I'm not blocking my blessings anymore. And teach your brain subconsciously, like, yo, whatever that is that we have going on subconsciously, absolutely not. Absolutely not. And you know what? I say this to you because for myself too, I had to unlock another level for me as well, where I had to tell myself, like, girl, you have all of this talent. I have tons of content, y'all, that just sits in my phones, on my laptop, in my Google Drive. And as I was going through it yesterday, I'm like, why would you not bet on yourself? Why would you block yourself when you can bet on yourself? Why would you do that to yourself? and being honest with me, and being honest in the fact that I actually don't know where that belief came from. What was stopping me from showing up? And, you know, for me, a lot of people, when they meet me and I talk about my dreams or things that I'm doing, they have this instant belief that it's going to happen for me too. So it's very jarring because I don't have outside people telling me that I can't do it anymore. When I was younger, yes, but now it's just like I see it for you. And then I'm just like, oh, what? How can y'all see it and I can't see it for myself, right? And often we can lose sight of our own vision. But I love having moments where I'm in community or I meet someone and just by them seeing me and witnessing how I move throughout life, they're like, I see this for you, right? Like universe is gonna provide us with the affirmation, with whatever confirmation we need. And maybe Ginger, right now, this is yours. Where like you don't have to be in your own way. Even if it's a habit you built for the past however many years you've been in existence, you can change it today. You can start building a habit that you are no longer in your way. And do something small or that feels small to you and let it build gradually. Okay? Okay. Taking advantage of TJ, it feels like that, but when TJ needs money, everyone is gone. I love people, but I never expect it back because I feel like I gave it to you in my heart, and now if you give it back, it's a great thing. Yes, that should be how you work with money anyway, right? At all, period. But what I will definitely say too is boundaries, right? Boundaries are super important, and understanding that people are going to move how they move, and that really has nothing to do with you and who you are. And even if someone thinks that they can take advantage of you, even to have the thought, as long as you have boundaries in place to make sure that you feel safe, they ultimately can never do it because you're aware of it. The fact that you're aware of it shows that they can't take advantage of you. You're fully aware that that's what they're trying to do. You have to lack awareness for someone to take advantage of you, and you're not lacking awareness. Okay? Thank you for this. I'm so eclectic and bohemian that it's hard for me to get to quantify clearly what I want to give to the collective. I have many things I'm longing to share. Goddess Mo, I want to do a master class probably after we do our 28 days on using the chakra system to call in and to see what it is that you're ready to give to the world right now. And that's really for multi-talented people, people that have so many callings on their heart, so many gifts to share. You can feel overwhelmed with which one to do first. That is something that I will be giving and bringing out because y'all, we need to know that we can do that, right? Megan is great. I do love from you too, teacher. Yes, yes, yes. Same. I don't keep track. I'm happy to give and trust. Yes, yes, Michelle. Beautiful motivation and inspiration. Oh, Goddess Mo. Oh my God, I love y'all so much. 1 second. 1 second. It's always so funny to me when I am recording because I'm recording on private, but for some reason people assume that they can leave really weird comments. Okay, I'm back. Divine is truly the source of our supply. Yes, it is April. Oh, hi, April. If Source gives us a vision and we are called to manifest it, or else someone else will. Yes, yes, that's in the big magic. In the big magic, she talks about that, like that we all pull from the same collective consciousness, and it's really whoever does it first. And it doesn't mean that you race or you're in competition. Just simply means that like it has to be given to the world. So it can either be given to the world through your unique talents and experiences or someone else's. And it's important to keep that in mind because it helps to release the ego from this thing of someone stole my idea, right? Simply, we're all tapped in and tuned into the same thing, and we're all going to express it in the unique ways that we need to. No one can really steal anything from you, right? Okay, yes, clears our path and puts the right people, resources to manifest our desires. Exactly, April. Makes me think of Tyler, South African artist that's dubbed as an industry plant. Oh my goodness, yeah, she's big over there too, right? She's just becoming big over here. Who is doing so well internationally, introducing a new brand and sound to the world. Exactly, things that again people have said you can't do, yet it's happening, right? Learning to believe and allow. Ashe, April. I feel like entertainment needs to have a finger snap button as well as hearts. Wouldn't that be great, Michelle? Ooh, that's innovative. I love that. Oh my goodness, right, Lotus? That's why I'm here on this platform by divine intervention. Yes, Michelle. Yes. You bring about what you think about. Yes, Amy. Michelle, yes, it does. Yeah, I think we're all in agreement. Okay, insight timer. Okay, please bring that about. That would be so freaking cool. Okay, you're a breath of fresh air. Thank you, Sherry. I learned so much from all of you loving being souls. So grateful for being here. Me too, Christina. I literally live for these moments with y'all. Same, I think they're grandiose, but others believe me. Why can't I? Shauna, I literally yesterday, I'm just like, girl, it's not adding up, babes. Like, it's not adding up. You've lost the plot. I don't understand why you don't think you can do this for yourself, because you definitely can. I'm literally such a capable person too. It's just, again, mindset, right? Old things when they come to mind, and now that I know and I have an awareness to it, I can address it. I can sit there and actively shift it around in my mind, right? Yes, yes, yes. Let's go. Um, we don't have the EFT. Oh no, Bentley, let's do it. Oh my goodness, we got caught up in a good conversation. My apologies. First time here. Love your energy. Real talk. April, thank you. All right, let's do it because Bentley has gently reminded me that we need to tap. And thank you, Bentley. We appreciate you. Okay, we're gonna do it. We're doing 2 rounds for EFT. Okay. I love this community. Like, yes, please. Because again, we just get into conversation. We're back. We're back. We're focused. EFT is happening right now as we speak. As I go over the tapping information, please go ahead and drink some water. All right. I'm drinking tea, but drink water before we tap in. Okay. EFT, emotional freedom technique or techniques. This is simply the art of tapping on acupressure points on the body. And as you're doing that, you're talking to the body in a language it actually understands. And then what it does is it brings any trauma or any memories you have to what we're talking about. It brings it to the forefront so you can transform it, so you can let it go, so that it can be dissolved. Okay? And when we're talking about positive things, you're bringing it into the body, letting it resonate into your subconscious mind, into your energy, so that you can move forward from that place. It's a very subtle thing, but what happens as I'm doing this, any energy blocks, right, which are really energy gaps, they are now being reconnected through the tapping, allowing me to feel energized. And when that happens, that means that I could end up like belching, yawning, tearing up. Sometimes we cry. Sometimes, even now, I'm like about to yawn because I just started tapping. It happens so fast sometimes. These are all signs that your energy is in motion, that your energy is reconnecting. That's all that means when it's happening. If your temperature rises or falls, if you feel a little bit more sleepier afterwards or energized, people feel buzzing in their fingertips. Again, your body is unique and energy is going to show up in its own ways. Just trust how it shows up and trust that you can always drink water to feel more balanced. Okay? Now, we're going to go over 4 ways that you can tap, and then we'll go over those tapping points that I just did and jump into tapping. So, 4 ways. The traditional way is tapping. You just lightly tap on your body. Again, you can use 1 finger, 2 fingers, all the fingers. It really does not matter how you tap. Just tap. If you are someone who is hypersensitive or highly sensitive, if you're someone that can really be tapping people's emotions a lot, you might feel triggered tapping because we are electromagnetic and it almost feels like an on switch. So instead of tapping, I would suggest that you pulse, where you're not taking the fingers from the body, you're just pressing down, where you rub, so it's a very soothing act. Or you hover and you don't touch the body at all, but you're still tapping into your energy highways because they run through us and around us, okay? Either one of these work. Tapping, pulsing, rubbing, or hovering, okay? Now, here are the 9 tapping points that we'll be using. This is a universal flow. Most practitioners use this flow, okay? There might be some different variations here or there, but ultimately these 9 tapping points are used. And it's the side of hand. It's where my tattoo is. And it would be either hand. It does not matter. Be top of the head. Doesn't matter. The start of the brow. Then you would trace your eyebrow to the side of your eye, to your ocular bone, not your temple. Your temple feels fleshy, right? The bone. You would tap on the bone. You would drop it under, tap on the bone underneath your eyes. Then you would go underneath the nose, tap here. Then you go into the crease of your chin, and you'll tap here, right? Then you would go to your collarbone, and you'll feel the bone, and you'll tap right underneath it. And then you would go under the arm. So that's at the end of your armpit, right? You'll feel the beginning parts of your rib cage, or if you wear a bra, if you wear your bras, okay? And you would tap here. Those are your 9 tapping points. You don't need to remember them because I'm going to tap with you, and you'll be able to see me the entire time. I'm just gonna actually bring this down just a little bit more so you can actually see everything when I'm tapping. Okay, perfect, right? Okay, now you can see everything. Okay, perfect. One thing that might happen is that as you're tapping, one place might feel really good to the body. That is your sweet spot. I want you to stay in that spot for as long as you want to. You don't have to follow the entire tapping round. If you know what your sweet spot is and you just want to start there, you can start there. Okay? Okay. Bentley, we're ready to go. Okay? Let me answer this question really quickly. I follow the taps you were doing during the download. Yes, Goddess Mo, I love this. Lotus, how many rounds do you personally do when you tap? I know you're taking us through 2 rounds now. I normally do 2 rounds for y'all because it's usually a negative round and a positive round that I do. If I'm doing it one-on-one with a client, it's as many rounds as needed to drop their number. So this is something that I don't do during these practices, but when I am practicing like a full EFT session, and the reason why I don't do this is because we've done a meditation prior to, right? But if I'm just doing EFT, I go over a tuning scale, and it's a number from number -10 to +10. Whatever you rate on that number scale, we would work from there, and the goal is to get it to get lower, right? To get lower or to get higher, it depends on what we're talking about, right? If it's a negative thing, I want you to feel calmer, right? If it's a positive thing, the number should go up, right? So when you do that, it depends on how many rounds you'll need. Some people can do it in 2 rounds, people need 3. Sometimes people need 4 or 5 rounds. It ultimately it's dependent on you, but the rounds don't take a long time. Like, you can do 5 or 6 rounds in like 10 minutes if you wanted to. It's really up to you. You can replay an EFT track twice to get the message across. But the way that we were taught in the certification is that you do it until you feel better, right? Because we're doing it collectively, because we have the meditation aspect into it, most times after 2 rounds, you will feel better. You may not feel amazing, but you won't feel how you started, right? So that would be my response. Please let me know if that answers the question for you. Okay? What are the advantages of EFT? Is my first time doing practice. Oh, no, okay. Definitely check out my tracks on Insight Timer because I talk about it in depth. But EFT rewires the brain. It rewires your neural pathways to support new ways of living, right? So it literally is telling the brain, hey, this thing that we're tapping on, this is what I want to live by now. Or it tells the brain and it tells the body, because it's from mind-body connection, hey, this trauma that's been living in my body, let's bring it up to the forefront and transform it, because I no longer want it to rule how I'm moving throughout life. I don't want it to influence how I'm showing up in life and in relationships. And it's a simple way to do that. It also helps with PTSD. It helps with anxiety. It can even help benefit weight loss. There are hundreds of benefits to EFT, like so many. And it's such a simple act. Okay? Okay, great, thank you. Doing it to feel better. Yes, do it till you feel better. Okay, that's ultimately the guide. And then as you're doing that, just please make sure you're drinking water. It is super important that if you're going to do an intensive tapping round, that you drink lots and lots of water, because you are freeing emotions. And that can be very exhausting to the mind and the body. Okay? Okay. Yay! All right, let's do it. We're going to start off in the side of hand. And I'm going to put this microphone on, y'all, because you guys know I'd be forgetting. Okay, little microphone. Ready? Prosperity Playbook, transforming bills into blessings. This is our EFT session. Okay. There we go. Make it a little bit bigger so I can see it. Perfect. Side of hand. You can lightly tap, pulse, rub, or hover, and repeat after me. Utilizing your voice helps your subconscious mind to rewire. Your voice's power. Use it, okay? Repeat after me. Even though I may feel stress and anxiety when I see my bills, I deeply and completely accept myself and my feelings. Stay in the same place. Tap. Even though bills can sometimes overwhelm me, I choose to cultivate gratitude and transform my perspective from bills to blessings. And then we're going to say it one more time. Keep tapping. Even though I may have negative thoughts and emotions about my financial responsibilities, I choose to release them and invite abundance into my life. We're going to the top of the head. Tap here. These bills can feel like a heavy burden on my shoulders. But what if I could see them as opportunities for gratitude and abundance? What if I could shift my perspective and welcome prosperity into my life? Eyebrow. I acknowledge the stress I feel when I see my bills. I recognize that this stress comes from a place of fear and scarcity. But what if I could choose a different response? Go to the side of eye, tap here. What if I could see my bills as blessings in disguise? What if I could express gratitude for the services they bring me? What if I used paying my bills to invite prosperity into my life? Under the eye. I choose to release any negative emotions about my bills. I choose to let go of that fear and scarcity. I choose to embrace my abundance with a grateful heart instead. Under the nose. I am grateful for the abundance in my life. I am no longer stressed about my financial responsibilities. I am focused on gratitude and abundance. It is so easy for me to shift my mindset. It is so easy for me to shift my mindset from poverty to prosperity. We go to the chin, tap here. I feel at ease when I think about bills. I know what they provide me. When I think about bills, they are now positive thoughts and positive emotions that flood me with the feeling of thankfulness and abundance. However, tap here. I am so grateful for the blessings in my life. I am so grateful for the abundance that surrounds me. I am so grateful for the opportunity to cultivate gratitude in my life. Under the arm. I choose to let go of stress and anxiety. I choose to let go of poverty mindset, and I replace it with success and acknowledgement. I replace it with faith and gratitude. Then we're going to go to the side of the hand, tap here. I may have struggled with bills in the past, but by embracing gratitude, I no longer have to in my present or future. Onto the top of the head, tap here. I am open to receiving abundance in all areas of my life. I am worthy of experiencing financial freedom and prosperity. I am grateful for the opportunities that bills represent. You can go here, start at the brow. I release. Wow, my voice. Hold on. Wow, we're really moving some energy today. There we go. Eyebrow. I release any negative beliefs I have about money. I release any feelings of unworthiness. And I release any doubts about my ability to attract prosperity. Side of eye. I choose to believe in my power to manifest abundance. I choose to see each bill as a blessing. Now to under the eye. Okay. I am so grateful that prosperity is a friend. I am so grateful for the blessings in my life. I am so grateful to cultivate gratitude for what I have right now. Under the nose. I choose to embrace gratitude and prosperity in every way possible because I am deserving of all good things. Nose to the chin, up here. I believe in myself and my ability to attract money into my life. I am a money magnet. I have the playbook to prosperity. There's the collarbone, tap here. I am so grateful to know this. I am so grateful to witness all the blessings that were once bills. I am so grateful to circulate money. Now we're going to go to under the arm. I choose to be at ease and to be confident in my prosperity. I choose to have faith in my success in life. I choose to embrace my abundance through gratitude. And then when you're done, I want you to bring your hands by your side. Maybe close your eyes if that feels good, or soften your gaze. And take a nice deep inhale, breathing into the lower belly, activating that sacral chakra that rules our relationship to money. Letting that air rise up into the heart space to bless this new energy. And exhale, release to soften into this moment. Allow yourself to fully integrate these affirmations and release any remaining tension or stress around your finances. Feel a sense of peace and gratitude washing over you with each inhale and exhale. You are worthy of abundance, and it is already on its way to you. Thank you so much for tapping in with me today. Okay. Let me know how you're feeling below. Okay. Oh, Ginger, thank you for being here each and every day with me. It means everything. Let me know how you're feeling below. And we're going to try to wrap it up in like 2 minutes because we definitely went way over time today. But I feel like it was worth it. So, but I do know that you guys have things to do and places to be. So I want to respect that, okay? I just paid a huge bill with appreciation. Ginger, yes, I love this for you. Kim, I forget how the kids do the hearts these days. I just do it this way. I might just show my millennial ways. Taylor Holiday, hi Taylor. This was much needed. Thank you. You're so very welcome. Shauna, amazing. Thank you. You're so welcome. That was amazing. God, I burped like crazy. I know it's so funny because as a practitioner, like when I'm recording and doing these lives, it's like, oh, like I hope to God I don't burp. Like I'd much rather yawn or, you know, I get like a lot of congestion in my throat, right? Because it's so awkward. But it's good when you're doing it in the privacy of your home. Okay? Felt great, and I yawned a couple of times, so felt that release. That's good, April. That's a great sign that your energy is connecting. Thank you so much for this. Thank you, Michelle, for being with me. Lotus, your heart flows with abundant love. You are a blessing, Amazon. Makes me so happy. Thank you. Nia, thank you, Lotus. Thank you, Nia. Amazingly abundant and prosperous. All day, every day, Goddess Mo. Christine, yawned a lot today. Could hardly say any of the words. I was yawning so much. Ooh, that's a good thing. You're really breaking up that stagnant energy, Bentley. Itching, yawning, and burp like crazy. Rohana, yes. Ooh, I love this. I know it's so funny. People are like, I'm burping. I'm like, yes. You better burp. Susie, thank you very much. You're so welcome. Nadia, thanks for that. That was powerful. You're welcome. Sonia, feeling gratitude for these daily sessions. So am I. They do so much for me. Yes, congestion in my throat and yawning. Yes, Krista, I felt that too. Definitely grab some water. Beautiful. Thank you so much. Hi, Lisa. Okay, tomorrow is day 10. Oh my gosh. Ah, we're literally almost halfway there. I'm so excited. Okay, so please, tomorrow we'll be doing it at 7:17 a.m. Again, thank you so much for joining me. If you would like to leave a donation, you're more than welcome to do so. But more importantly, today I want you to walk around with that energy that you are a money magnet. Just imagine in any moment, like, ooh, money's just coming to me. Money is finding its way to me. Money's like, oh, I see you. I'm coming. Just imagine that as you're moving throughout the day. Let it change your posture. Let it tilt your head up and give you the sense of confidence. Like money is finding me. I don't have to find it. I just set my energy. I just regained my frequency, right? I just adjusted my frequency, right? I just connected with a whole bunch of beautiful people and we're all in the same wavelength. Because as you believe in that for yourself, you believe in it for us, okay? So carry that with you throughout today. And I love you so much and I cannot wait to see you tomorrow morning, okay? So grateful for you, Lotus, and all your wonderful souls in the community. Yes, this community is the best. Oh, and let me drop the community in the chat. The live for the Spirit Hour that we did on Sunday is available on the other platform, okay? And then I will put this in here too for you guys to check out other things. If you look these up, you should be able to see it. Not on the app. You'll be able to do it like on different apps, okay? And then I know a lot of us want to connect outside of it, and I want to, again, be very respectful. Okay, prosperity, blessings to all. Yes, 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 Ashe. It was awesome. I feel peaceful. You're such a blessing and a bright light. Thank you so much, Terry. Bentley, excited for day 10. See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow. Great session. Very lovely EFT experience for a first timer. I'm so happy to hear that, Poonam. That makes me so happy. Rahana, thank you so much for this blissful, beautiful exchange today. You are so very welcome. Lotus Like is a podcast, okay? And you literally type it in all as one word and you'll see it on literally any platform. Okay? There we go. Thank you, Nietzsche. Love you so much. Have a great day, everybody.